Polyphase systems. Till now we have discussed only single phase in AC, but now we are going to discuss polyphase. Poly means many and phase means circuits. So polyphase means more than one circuits. Generally in household for heavy machines such as lifts we will using three phase. So three phase is also one of the polyphase. So in polyphase systems, in each phase they will have voltages, different voltages. That each voltage differ by an angle of 360 by n, where n is the number of phases. For two phases n is 2 and for three phases n is 3. Generally in polyphase systems, three phase system is more advantageous. So in many cases we are using only three phase. So for three phase 360 by 3 it is nothing but 120 degrees. So each phase voltage differ by 120 degrees. For two phase, so for all the phases the formula is common. For two phase there is exception. That is in two phase each voltage differ by an angle of 90 degrees. That is exception. That formula is not valid for two phase. In our syllabus there is more stress on three phase, so we will be continuing in discussing three phase systems. So coming to advantages of three phase over the single phase, there are so many advantages such as three phase machines are self-starting, they are very cheap, they require less copper. So all these advantages are there. Let us discuss in detail. So coming to the first, these are the advantages. So first point, the output of three phase machines is always greater than single phase machines of same size, approximately 1.5 times. This is the main, this is the important point. Actually we can split the first point up to here and next continuation by for a same size and voltage the three phase alternator occupies less space and it is less costlier. From second point, for transmission and distribution, three phase system need less copper or less conducting material than single phase. So this is sufficient to write from second point rather than remembering the whole point. If you are capable of remembering the whole point, then it is your choice. From third point, rather than remembering, let us write the three phase motors are self-starting. It is sufficient. From fourth point, we can write as in single phase system, the instantaneous power is a function of time and hence fluctuating, while the instantaneous power in symmetrical three phase system is almost constant. And from fifth point, three phase systems give steady output. And there is one more advantage such that three phase motors are having high efficiency and high power factor. There is also one more advantage. Now let us see the three phase connection. So in the figure we can observe that R is one phase, Y is one phase and B is one phase. R indicates red, Y indicates yellow and B indicates blue. Generally we observe in heavy machines such as refrigerators, air conditioners. In this figure for three circuits, 3 into 2, total 6 conductors we are using. So which is somewhat high. So in order to reduce the conductors, these connections can be modified and depending on the modification there are two types, star and delta. In star connection, when you observe the left circuit diagram, which is similar to our previous diagram, but R2, Y2, B2 are joined together to form a neutral point. In this star connection, the number of conductors is reduced to 3 and if neutral is also connected, then it will be 4. Anyhow, star connection can also be redrawn as the right circuit diagram. The most popular representation of star connection is left circuit diagram, which is also very easy to remember because it is in the form of star. Next, coming to the delta connection. In delta connection, the R2 is connected to the Y1 and Y2 is connected to the B1 and B2 is connected to the R1. So that means it is forming a closed loop. In this connection also, the total number of conductors going to the load is limited to 3 only. So anyhow, there is two representation. The most popular way of representation delta form is left circuit diagram. Next, coming to the concept of line voltage and line currents. In star connection, there are three lines going to the load. The voltage between any of these two lines, that is VRY, VYB and VB are known as line voltages and current flowing through these lines, IR, IY and IB are known as line currents. Next, coming to delta connection. Here also three lines going to the load and voltage between any of these two lines is known as line voltage and current flowing through these lines are known as line currents. Coming to the concept of phase voltage and phase currents in star connection, the voltage between line and neutral point is known as phase voltage. That means the voltage across these impedance values and current flowing through these impedance values is known as phase currents. That means in star connection, the phase currents and line currents both are equal. In delta connection also, the voltage across each impedance, that is phase 1 impedance, phase 2 impedance, phase 3 impedance, are known as phase voltages, which are equal to line voltage because these impedances is also connected between two lines. That means voltage across the phase 1 impedance is connected across R and Y, and voltage across this phase is also VRY. Similarly, VYB, VBR, which is also, that means in delta connections, phase voltage and line voltage both are equal. And current, phase currents is nothing but the current which are flowing in through these impedances. That is IRY, IYB, and IB are the phase currents. Moving to next topic, relations for star connected load. So consider a star connected load, balanced star connected load in which three phases R, Y, B are the three phases, and the three impedances are connected across each phase. So Z phase is connected across R phase, Y phase, and B phase. Now let us write the line current values. So line current generally represented by I line, and what are the line current means? The currents flowing through each line. So IR, IY, IB are the line currents flowing through R phase, R line, Y line, and B line. So we can write it this way. Next one, phase currents. So phase currents generally represented with IPH, I phase. And phase currents means these are the currents which are flowing in each impedances. So Y impedance, in Y impedance the flowing current is IY, and in R phase IR, and B phase IB. So in star connection, both the currents are equal. I line and I phase both are equal because the current flowing through line does not deviate. So that current will also flow through the impedances also. Next one, phase voltage. Line voltage represented with IL. So line current, line voltage is nothing but voltage between two lines. So voltage between R and Y is VRY. Voltage between Y and B is VYB, and voltage between B and R is VBR. So these are the line voltages in star connection. So VRY, VYB, and VBR. So any of these voltages known as line voltage represented with VL. Similarly, phase voltages represented with VPH, V suffix PH. So phase voltage means this is the voltage across each impedance, or in other way, the voltage between each line and neutral point, that is VRN, VYN, and VBN. So across impedance means impedance one point is R and another point is N. So VRN, VYN, VBN are the phase voltages. So for star connection, line voltage is different from phase voltage, but the line currents and phase currents are equal. Now we will derive the relation between line voltage and phase voltage. For that purpose, let us consider line current VRY. So VRY means voltage between R point and Y point. So this voltage can also be written as VRN, that is voltage from R to N, and plus VNY. So VRY can be written as VRN plus VNY. So voltage from R to neutral point and from neutral to Y point. So this can also be written as VRN minus VYN because VNY will be equal to minus VYN. So this is the main equation. Depending upon this equation, we can derive the relation. So for that, let us draw the phasor diagram. So for drawing a phasor diagram, let us consider the phase voltages as a references. For a balanced system, the voltages in each phase should be dissipated, or the phase angle should be 360 by 3, which is nothing but 120 degrees. So consider one phase as a reference. So if at all R as a reference, then Y voltage should be, Y phase voltage should be 120 degrees lagging, and compared to Y, B phase angle should be 120 degrees again lagging. So for that, let us consider VRN as a reference. VYN should be lagging by 120 degrees, and VBN again lags VYN by 120 degrees, and phase angle between VBN and VRN is also 120. So angle between each phase should be 120 since it is a balanced circuit. And minus VYN means it should be opposite. And angle between VRN and minus VYN will be exactly half, that is 60 degrees. It is 60 degrees. And vector sum of VRN minus VYN is nothing but VRY. So it should be vector sum. So vector sum means it will be exactly in the middle of these two vectors. And the angle between VRN and VRY is 60 by 2, that is 30 degrees. 30 degrees. So consider now a point, it is as O and it is as A, and another point as B. So from A point, draw a perpendicular onto the vector VRY. Draw a perpendicular onto VRY. Such nothing, VRY nothing but OB. From A, draw a perpendicular to OB. So whenever we draw a perpendicular, it will bisects OB. So it will exactly bisects OB. Let that point be C. The point where A touches OB as C. Let it be C. Since it bisects, OC will be equal to CB, which is equal to OB by 2. So since it bisects, that means since it exactly halves the value, so OB is equal to CB equal to OB by 2. And then we have a triangle OAC. So from triangle OAC, find the cos 30 value. So cos 30 means adjacent side by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse side means exactly opposite to the 90 degrees. That is OA will be hypotenuse, OC will be the adjacent side. So cos 30 is equal to OC divided by OA. And we already know cos 30 means root 3 by 2. OC means OB by 2, we have already written. And OA is nothing but VRN. So cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. OC nothing but OB by 2. And OA value is same OA. And OB means nothing but VRY. We have taken OB as VRY, and OA is nothing but VRN. And VRY is nothing but line voltage, and VRY is nothing but line voltage, and VR is nothing but phase voltage. And if we cancel the two, VRY is equal to root 3 VRN. This is the relation. So VRN is line voltage. So line voltage will be equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. So VRN is nothing, we already taken as V line, VRY, and VRN is nothing but phase voltage. So finally we can conclude that for a star connection load, line voltage will be equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. And we have already seen that line current will be equal to phase currents. These are the very important relations for the star connection. Yeah, it is similar, in similar fashion we can derive the relation for delta also. So in delta connection, consider a 3 lines R, Y, B and delta connected load which is having 3 impedances in each phase between the phase. So between RY one Z phase, YB between one Z phase and BR between one Z phase. And the line currents are IR, IY and IB, and phase current. That means phase current means the currents flowing through the impedances. So IRY, IYB and IBR, because the impedance is connected between R and Y, so the current will be flowing from R to Y. So I have taken the phase currents as IRY. Similarly, current flows from Y to B, so I taken as YYB. and B to R. So I taken the current as IBR. Similarly, phase voltage means voltage across each impedances VRY, VYB and VBR, because these impedances between R and Y, Y and B and B and R. Similarly, line voltage between means we have already known that between two lines, which will be also VRY, VYB and VBR. So from this we can easily understand that for a delta connected load, line voltages will be equal to phase voltages, but currents will be different. Line current and phase current both are different. So line current means IR, IY and IB, generally represented with IL. Phase current means represented by IPH, and those are IRY, IYB and IBR. And line voltage represented by VL, those are VRY, VYB and VBR. And similarly, phase voltages represented by V phase, VPH, suffix PH, and these are also VRY, VYB and VBR. So by observing this, we can easily understand that for a delta connected load, line voltages and phase voltages both are equal. Now we will derive the relation between line currents and phase currents. For derivation, let us consider a junction or a point R. In figure we have already noted the point R. By applying KCL, Kirchhoff current law, at point R, Kirchhoff current law means sum of incoming currents will be equal to sum of outgoing currents. So at point R, IR is the incoming, IBR is also incoming and IRY is the outgoing. So we can write as IR plus IBR will be equal to IRY. So incoming currents will be equal to outgoing currents, and IR can be written as IRY minus IBR. This is the important equation. From this equation we can derive the relation. So for deriving relation, let us draw the same phasor diagram in a similar fashion, but in terms of currents. So consider a phase currents. So phase current means IRY, IYB and IBR. So consider that one in which IRY as a reference and 120 degrees phase angle by IRY, and again 120 degrees lagging by IBR. In a similar fashion, as we have already done for star, in the same fashion we can draw for delta also. So derivation somewhat will be identical. So if we know how to calculate by using star, then delta will also be equal. Yeah, well, we have already drawn them. Then, but we have to need that minus BR. So reversing the BR, we will get IBR. Then the angle between IRY and IBR is exactly half, that is 120 by 2 is nothing but 60. And vector sum of these two, IRY and minus IBR, is nothing but IR. So since it is a vector sum, we will be drawing exactly in the middle of these two vectors, and the angle will also be between IRY and IR will be equal to 30 degrees. And in a similar fashion, let us consider the points O, A and B. And from B, draw a perpendicular, from A, draw a perpendicular onto OB in the same fashion. Then apply a cos phi in a triangle OAC. Then cos 30 will be equal to, when if we draw a perpendicular, OC and CB will be equal to OB by 2, and from triangle OAC, cos 30 will be equal to OC divided by OA. OC is nothing but OB by 2 and OA is nothing but IRY. And if we calculate in the same fashion, 2 will be cancelled. Finally we will get OB equal to root 3 OA. and OB is nothing but IR and OA is nothing but IRY. IR means line current and IRY is nothing but phase current for a delta connected load. So finally we have concluded that in a delta connection load, line current will be equal to root 3 times of I phase current, and voltages both are equal. This is for delta connected load.